Get like feedback from the fucking thing here.
Yeah, I can hear an echo. Yeah, I can hear an echo. It's a 4-second echo, but
I'm
it's
trying
an
to
echo.
do like two things at once. That's why.
I'm trying to do like.
There we go. I had the goddamn. I had the actual page up. Sorry.
Just tell me when we're live.
We are live.
Oh, already? Shit.
Yeah. Goddamn. Hello, this is JerkCast. My name is John Plunkett.
And I'm Jake Hill.
And we're going to be talking about some things here. Sean Taylor is playing a show tonight, so he is not going to be here to co-host. And Chad Knaus had yet again another heart attack and can't make it to... now, actually, he told me he told Jake here that he had to work tonight. Don't know if that's true or not.
He does like to make shit up sometimes.
But this will be the third consecutive JerkCast he has excused himself from, so...
The third? I thought it was the second.
No, this will be the third.
Oh, okay, shit. I'm behind.
Well, nobody heard the first one, but it was supposed to be back when we were going to do a podcast, or make this all a podcast and shit. So, it's kind of like... This was last weekend was our first live, attempt at this. So, oh, shit. Oh, well, it doesn't, well, I guess it doesn't really matter. All right, for those of you who are now, catching this is JerkCast.
They weren't catching it before?
No, I forgot to record it, because I'm just going to upload it to YouTube after the fact.
Okay.
I forgot to start the recording before the broadcast. Sorry, folks. I've been pulling my hair out trying to get rid of bugs and glitches and noise and shit.
So do we need to do our introduction again then?
No. We're still live.
Okay, just making sure.
Well, I mean,
Technically,
we probably could.
I just wondered if you recorded our names when we announced.
No, I did. Well, no. I could check to see if anybody's watching, but...
Okay.
I wonder if I should... Well, screw it. Why not?
Yeah.
This is going to be funny, redoing the entire intro, because I'm a fucking jackass.
We're going to need a production person so we can sit around and do this without the headache, which, well, it's not my headache, so I don't care.
My biggest problem is I'm working off of two different computers, so I keep forgetting which one I'm supposed to be working on.
Which is crazy. That's way beyond my technical
I'm usually
skills.
used to it, but this time it's like it's just not working out. I got to go to Facebook and I'll just follow the link. I'll follow my own link. Oh shit! Turn that down. Don't want to start feeding back again.
Hey, look at that.
God damn it.
Here.
Well, there goes my fucking restarting the whole broadcast thing. Son of a bitch.
What happened?
Oh, well. Because according to this, there's 19 views. No, there's 2 viewers. Okay.
Oh, okay. What's up?
19 views was the videos. Okay. So there's somebody else watching besides this. We won't restart it. Screw it.
Oh, we're one of our own viewers, huh?
Well, yeah, when I got that window up.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about this. We did this last time.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. Okay, closing that window. Bling. And, yeah, so... Jake Hill, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
So, what's your week been like?
Well, I just found out I'm going to have to put a new roof on my house. That sucks, the big one.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you have to put a new roof on your house?
Leaks, big time. I had one that's been leaking for quite a while that I knew about. And then earlier today, my stepdaughter found another leak in my basement walkway. So, yeah, I'm just leaking like a sieve. It sucks.
Are they permanently? I mean, is it like a constant, flow of water, or is it just like the occasional drip?
When it rains, basically.
Oh, yeah. But is it bad, like a geyser?
No, it's not like a flow or anything like that. It's just a drip, but it's enough to do slow damage over time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a lot of roof, though, don't you?
It's not as bad as I thought. I had a guy out there today, and he gave me a semi-decent price for it.
Well, that's not too bad, I guess.
But it was less than what I thought it was. I was scared to death he was going to say 10 grand. Then I was just going to burn the place down.
Goddamn, 10. How much was it?
He says between 6 and 7. And that's put the cool-ass metal roof on there, and so I'd never have to deal with it again.
I'd still burn the fucking place down. If it was this place, yeah, definitely.
I'm just not looking forward to getting a loan to having a second house payment.
Yeah. All right, testing the Mac.
Ooh, easy listening.
I'm sure. You know what? I may actually do that shit. But, it's just a matter of I never did get that set up either. Here I go talking about the technical.
Yep. Not a whole lot of prep to this.
Yeah, well, like I was telling Jake before we started, I did have some prep, and we're probably going to go through it. It's just a matter of the two co-hosts that were supposed to do the show with me are not here. So,
and this is the first time I've ever dipped my toes into the podcast pool. So
Right. And I had specifically prepared some material for Chad, the asshole who constantly excuses himself from this thing. And now he's not going to be here to enjoy it. So, oh well. But this is annoying me. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. So let's get started. First topic that I pulled up was the little bit of a controversy going on in the world today.
Oh boy.
And it's over The Simpsons. It's over, actually, Matt Groening recently announced that his basis for Springfield in the show The Simpsons was Springfield, Oregon.
Which I'm amazed that it even matters, but...
Yeah, but I guess the rest of the country is completely butthurt over the fact that he did that because they all wanted to pretend that it was their Springfield and not a predetermined Springfield. But, anybody who watches the show knows that's not really true anyway, because it was always just Springfield, USA. Just based on the amount of time, like, whenever you'd see, like, where they start on a map or things like that, it was always like, it was never starting from the northwest, and going anywhere else, so.
And they always made a joke that, like, the corner of their state would be the corner of 4 other states. I remember that from one episode. I'm not sure if that really matters, but...
Yeah.
The funny part about it is why would you want that Springfield to be your Springfield? I mean, it's got a shitty nuclear plant, tons of bums and drunk people. It's not really your ideal town.
Yeah, but it's like, it's supposed to be the whole...
The fame of it.
I'm never going to find it. Man, I'm stopping. I need an engineer is what I need.
Yeah.
But no, what it comes... it's just everybody feels a connection to the show. And they feel like a special connection because Springfield was like the perfect name of the town because there's literally a Springfield in every state. So every single state could, say, oh, it's our Springfield. We'll go to our Springfield, which is this Simpsons Springfield. And somebody made a good point that, it couldn't be our Springfield because our Springfield, there's the Springfield in The Simpsons isn't the capital of whatever state they're in, where ours is.
Right.
So, but, it's just, it's a very, very stupid debate to have.
It is.
And the fact that people are getting so wrapped up in it that they're actually creating, like, online petitions to stop Matt Groening from actually saying or make him change it back, or it's just something to where it's not going to be Springfield, Oregon, because people are that upset. Of course, people get that upset about everything, really.
But how would you be able to change it? Is there like some landmark in the Simpsons town, Springfield, that you'd have to take out? So it's just ridiculous in what they expect Matt Groening to do.
Groening.
God. You're going to correct me on all my
Well, I'm sorry
mispronunciations, aren't
I'm
you?
sorry. I'm sorry. that just brought like a really bad, I wouldn't say memory, but it's just something I heard on the radio this past week. Like I got really frustrated by people like not being able to pronounce his name.
I always
the
thought
fucking show has been on the air for.
I thought I heard people call
years?
him Matt Groening before.
Haven't you ever watched the commentaries on the DVDs?
No,
Why?
because I don't have any of the DVDs.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I don't own any Simpsons DVDs.
What about Futurama?
No.
Really?
Futurama, I can't even really get into.
Really?
I don't know.
Wow.
I tried. I lasted a couple seasons, and then it just kind of got old. I do DVR the new Simpsons episodes now, but I don't watch hardly any Futurama anymore.
I don't really watch the new Futurama.
I didn't even
when
know.
when it went to Comedy Central, I watched a little bit of it. I think I watched season, what was it, 6 or 5 or 6 or whatever, the first season on Comedy Central. The second season on Comedy Central, I was like, the jokes just aren't as, I don't know, they're not as sharp as they were in the original series.
Well, probably when they moved to cable, they lost a little bit of the talent. Maybe shaved a few people off the.
No, it's
writings.
still the same people. It's just, for some reason the jokes are just kind of, I don't know, maybe their heart's not into it. I don't know. But I'm just not into it. The Simpsons I haven't watched in, Jesus, I can't even remember the last time I used to watch.
I still DVR every new episode of The Simpsons, and I usually catch up on it in one day after I got 5 or 6 episodes on the DVR.
Yeah.
And they're not as good as they used to be. Every once in a while you get a really good episode, like the mock bridge to Terabithia episode was really good and stuff like that. But
Right.
for me, if it's not based on something else and mocking it, it just really doesn't hit home. Just like South Park. I've got to have a really good like World of Warcraft or Human Centipede episode for South Park to interest me.
South Park's got some really good episodes, really well thought out, but then they've just got the ones that are real snorers.
Yes.
And since I don't have cable anymore, it's very difficult for me to watch anything new. And I'm not buying that shit on Zune either.
I'd hope not. Jesus, that's expensive shit. $3 an episode or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's pointless. But yeah, that whole Simpsons fiasco, it's just one of those, when it really gets down to it, it basically just becomes like, just that's how lackluster the news was.
Oh, yeah.
It's like nothing's going on. We're in the middle of a fucking, campaign season, year, and the different parties are like getting their candidates ready for the big battle, and at this point in time, it's just dry. So
Yep.
Simpsons shit's like, and then it dies out after 2 or 3 days. Much like this next topic, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, boy. Now, here we go. This one I actually know something about.
Now, I'm going to try to pull the link up. Go ahead.
Well, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles saga is pretty much Michael Bay wanting to fuck up the whole storyline of the original Turtles. And granted, you can argue about the Turtles being different from the comic to the cartoon because everybody remembers the cartoon. Nobody read the fucking comic. But you can't turn the Turtles into aliens, and that seems to be what Michael Bay wants to do. Which takes away the whole mutation thing.
I never thought about that. It really does.
Yeah.
They're not really mutants if they're aliens. It'd
Exactly.
be Teenage Alien Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, now you're fucking up the whole abbreviation. TANT. That's not cool.
Tant.
Yeah.
It'd be Tant.
It's almost taint. That's not cool.
Hey.
I don't want to be saved by the taint.
Maybe he's subconsciously showing his ass by doing that.
Yes. The next thing they're going to be able to like take their shells off and throw them at people. That'll be like their great superpower.
Well, if they were machines, then it would be Taint. Be Teenage Artificial Intelligence.
That's awesome. That's the movie Michael Bay should make.
Here's a little excerpt from Entertainment Weekly that I just thought was funny because I'd heard about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing, what he was doing, but this was what really caught my eye. Producer Michael Bay, who upset fans when he announced that he would be changing the origin story of his upcoming live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles reboot by making the turtles from an alien race, has responded with a statement on his website. Fans need to take a breath and chill, wrote Bay. They have not read the script. Our team is working closely with one of the original creators of Ninja Turtles to help expand and give a more complex backstory. Relax. We are including everything that made you become fans in the first place. We are just building a richer story.
Yes, a big alien spaceship.
You know how fucking pompous that statement is? And you know who I blame for a statement like that? George Lucas. I blame George Lucas entirely for statements like that. Because basically what that all comes down to, what he's saying is, fuck the story, fuck any sort of like canon that was built up about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles over the past decades. Forget it. I don't care about any of that. But what I am going to do is put in my movie all the pop culture references that you love so well, so you'll just drool over that, and then I can have my big fucking explosion movie, and get my millions of dollars, and you can leave sad and depressed and lonely.
Okay, hold on. A question. Why are you blaming George Lucas for this? This is Michael Bay.
Because George Lucas invented that.
Oh, okay.
With the Star Wars retread.
Okay, yeah. You're right.
With the fucking first 3 episodes, or the prequels, he basically laid the groundwork for all of the other directors who are going to be tackling material that's already been made.
The remakes and reboots and all that good stuff.
He's laid the groundwork for them to be able to slop their way through any movie they make by basically saying, it's like, well, we'll change the story and I'll make it more my thing, and I'll tell the story I want it to tell, but as long as I throw in April O'Neil
as a gynecologist,
or fucking Baxter Stockman, then the fans will be like, oh, and they'll have that moment where they connect with their childhood, and everything will be good, and I'll make my millions. That's bullshit.
But this is a key element, though. It's like, that'd be like saying the Transformers were made in a factory in Japan, and then shipped over here to fight crime.
Technically, they were.
No, it's Cybertron.
That's what Tokyo's called nowadays.
Probably.
No, the whole thing with the Transformers is that, well, I never watched his Transformers movies, so I don't know. I've seen enough clips of them to know I never want to watch them.
Oh, I've seen them. I think I watched them all in theaters because I'm a junkie like that.
So my next question: are you going to watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies?
Not if he goes with this alien thing. If he goes with
that would dissuade you.
Yes, I can. Like I said, April O'Neil can do whatever she wants. They can make Casey Jones a fucking janitor if they want to, but you can't turn the turtles into aliens.
Is Casey Jones even going to be in it?
I think I read somewhere where he was going to be in it. He's like a staple character.
No, he's not.
Yes, he
is.
Casey
Jones is not a staple character.
He was in everything.
He was not.
He was in all 3 movies.
Yeah, for fucking stupid reasons.
And he was in all the cartoons. He was in the cartoons. He's always been one of the main characters.
He was in the cartoons occasionally. He wasn't. It was always.
Well, that's because they had 5 years worth of cartoons. I mean, he doesn't have to be in every episode, but he's a main character of the bunch.
He's one of the. I mean, April's more of a main character.
Well,
than
yes.
Fucking.
He's
Casey
a step
Jones
down
is.
from April, but he's still like in the top 7 of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle characters.
Nah, well,
You don't think so?
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. I think he was just a side character that people are like, oh, cool, he's got a hockey mask. He's kind of like Jason, only he's good. And kids latched onto him as being like someone who's more identifiable to them than a bunch of mutated turtles.
Well, yeah, because he's just a regular guy out there fighting crime in a silly mask.
Because when you think about it, your kids are basically watching things that don't exist.
True.
Battle things that do exist. Well, I guess the Foot Clan and Shredder, not the fucking Krang. But,
yeah,
the Foot Clan and Shredder are actual humans.
Right.
They're more easily identifiable to an audience than mutated rats and turtles. So, I don't know. Maybe that's what Casey Jones was. It was the Luke Skywalker of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it was kind of like the link to reality.
Right. It's like nobody really likes Luke Skywalker, but he's your connection.
He's the everyman.
Unfortunately, they didn't do what Lucas wanted to do and make Han Solo an alien. So Han Solo technically became the human interacted point to the Star Wars universe that everyone wants to grasp onto.
Well, that's because Han Solo was cool.
Exactly. Now, if he was a fucking lizard man, no. He could have been as cool as he wanted to be, and no, like fucking shut up, lizard man. It would have been the same. It would have been like if he was a Greedo, a Greedo character.
Right.
Not only would have made every scene with him uncomfortable, especially the romance between him and Leia.
Yeah,
it would have. No one would have cared what Han Solo had to say or any Han Solo storyline because he was an alien.
Well, Greedo couldn't even speak English, too, so you'd be reading subtitles the whole damn time.
Well, assuming he could
okay, sorry.
speak English.
I'm just picking.
But what I mean is, like, what it comes down to is, wow, this is just like, this should be called JerkCast. We're totally fucking working out. But this is the talk I'll get to do without Sean around. I mean, not, God love you, Sean, but there are certain things you don't want to talk about.
Shit. Sean's not the geek guy.
And trust me, we'll get into fucking Mass Effect 3, too. But, no, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter if it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It doesn't matter if it's fucking, My Little Pony or fucking He-Man. I'm not going to a Michael Bay film, so it's as easy as that for me.
I can let the whole Michael Bay staple slide. I mean, all he is there to make shit blow up. That's all he does.
And make things completely ridiculous and pointless.
Well, yeah, you have that. But that's what action movies are. All action movies are ridiculous and pointless.
Yeah, well...
Name an action movie with a point. It's all just...
Total Recall.
That movie had a point?
Yeah.
He was just trying to get his memory back, but still, it was a big blow-em-up popcorn flick.
But at the end, it was like, did it really happen, man?
Oh, please.
Did it really happen, or was it this all part of his spy, trip, his fucking recall thing? Because he was going in to be a secret agent, and then all of a sudden, this secret agent stuff starts happening. Whoa! It's like, action movie with a mindfuck aspect to it. Total Recall was actually a pretty good movie.
I'm not
now
saying
the fucking remake with Colin Farrell on the other fucking hand. Oh my god!
I haven't seen the previews for this yet.
I'd wipe my ass with that movie before I'd ever watch it. It's fucking horrible.
After I watched the Colin Farrell Fright Night remake, that was fucking bad too.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ! That just tears me up that they're doing that. It's like directors now have nowhere to go. As a matter of fact, what was it? There's like a new television series. It's not new, but it's a rehash of Dark Shadows.
Don't remember Dark Shadows.
That they're fucking bringing back. I'm like, what the fuck?
But TV's in it too. They remade Hawaii Five-0. There's a Dallas coming up. They're bringing back Dallas. And they're actually bringing the original characters from the 80s to this new Dallas show.
Really?
I'm sorry I don't remember any of the actors' names from Dallas.
Well, why would you? But that's all Dallas was those characters.
Yeah, and they're bringing everyone who's still alive is coming back.
So Patrick Duffy is going to be.
Yes, he's like the main. He's the picture boy of the new Dallas.
I bet the South Park guys are going to love that.
Oh, I hope they hammer it. That's what South Park's for, is to hammer shit that's
they
stupid.
have. Yeah, but Trey Parker has like some strange fascination about Patrick Duffy.
I do remember that. There was somebody with a Patrick Duffy leg once, wasn't there?
He throws like Patrick Duffy references into it. There was a Patrick Duffy reference in fucking guys. There was a Patrick Duffy reference in basketball. There's a Patrick Duffy reference in Orgasmo. It's been brought up in South Park. It's like he's got this weird Patrick Duffy thing. And Orgasmo, it was just like somebody who's singing in karaoke, like da 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 Patrick Duffy. It's
okay,
like, what?
It's been a while since I've seen that.
He loves that. He loves Patrick Duffy. What can you say? But yeah, the whole. That's the new. This segues pretty well into something that I found out about Friday. Sorry, I got Ice Cube. I got to bring you down a little bit. But this segues pretty well into another thing that I found out about Friday, which is kind of odd, just in the sense that I'd heard about it before, but then I guess I should say it. Did you hear about the trailer about the Mortal Kombat movie?
The one that was just on the internet that never got made?
Right.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I've seen it, actually, yeah.
Yeah. Did you know that they made a web series after that?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
I watched like the first 2 episodes. It wasn't bad. It was like one of those where
No, it was actually I was my coworker at undisclosed trouble. My coworker pulled it up. It's like, do you like Mortal Kombat? It's like, well, I remember the game
and the 2 shitty movies.
Yeah, it's like that is like, oh, they made it a web series out of it. And it's like, well, I remember that one dude like made a trailer for a movie he wanted to make,
Right.
like a re-envisioning of Mortal Kombat, and like actually made a really kick-ass fucking like 2-minute trailer to pitch to movie studios that got on the internet. He's like, no, that dude went on to make a web series. It's like Mortal Kombat Legacy. It was like, oh, we started watching. It's like, goddamn, that is fucking good. It's like, it's not. I don't think it's okay. Well, it's not as dark as the trailer was making it out to be. Like the trailer was making it out to be. It was going to be like a really great R-rated, movie.
Right.
Which I guess now that New Line's actually going to make a Mortal Kombat movie
Based on that guy's trailer, hopefully?
He's going to be the guy working on it. Yeah.
Sweet.
But still, I mean, New Line's the same fucking people who fucked up the Mortal Kombat movies last time.
That's probably why they're doing it, because they have the rights to it. Like, hey,
But
we
that's
already
all-
own Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
so-
but you know how it all works out. They're just going to be like, we need the money. PG 13, PG 13 at the most. And then you can't do even remotely half the shit he was talking about doing. But see, that's where it comes back to the web series, because I really honestly felt like the web series wasn't going into the territory that the trailer kind of promised, where it was
Right.
like, this is going to be the down and dirty, real life realization of what the Mortal Kombat universe was going to be, which is like really cool. But then again, I didn't watch all of the episodes. I watched the ones with fucking Sector and Cyrax. So it's like, okay, there's a lot of getting around the whole robots fighting thing.
They actually were robots in the series?
Yeah, they started out as people, but they went through this like program where they became cybernetic, basically converted into cybernetic.
Right. Okay, because the only thing I saw on it was Scorpion in like an interrogation room. And he was like a regular dude, had a beard and everything.
Yeah.
But no, it was one of those where I wanted to start watching it. It's just I didn't keep up with it. And then it finally just kind of faded away. If it would pop up in like one place where I could watch all the episodes in a row.
It's on YouTube.
Is it all of them on YouTube?
Yeah, that's where my coworker was watching it.
Now, see, that's just what happens when I go to YouTube. I go to YouTube to search something, and my mind goes completely blank, and I completely forget why I went there.
I'm gonna step away from. I gotta step away from the microphone for just a second, but I'm gonna load something up really quick. It's basically retarded, but listen to me. It's just retarded bullshit, but I'm gonna play it really quick. But it's gonna cut our mics out. I just got to run and get another beer.
Okay.
But it'll only take about 5 minutes. So
Be back after this break.
okay, we're back. That was just some little thing I put together for a buddy of mine.
Bring it back up to your Facebook page.
Huh?
Bring it back up to your Facebook page.
To my Facebook page?
Yeah, there was someone trying to chat with us on Facebook. I think it was Kevin Miller.
Oh, I've been chatting with him. I got
yeah?
Facebook here too. Jake forgets that I have 2 computers in front of me.
I need a computer so I can keep up on this shit.
Well, see, that's why I was going to give you this to like play stuff or look around, but hold on. God, I thought it was.
Don't worry about it, dude. We're going to break something.
I really was anticipating you sitting over here.
Well, I can always move. I told you that.
Man, it's too late now. Let me pull this up really quick.
Oh, sorry. I was messing with this thing he just handed me. And it won't want to stay on. All right, so what we're looking for is the controversy of Miss L. And I have no idea what that is about. So this should be interesting. Me talking about shit I don't know anything about. There we go.
Here, I'm going to bring down the iTunes audio. And I'm going to bring up the old... I'm going to play some YouTube. This is Miss L. I'm playing it for Jake.
Lauren Tavers.
If I would stop minimizing it. Or maybe not.
Yeah, we're not going to make much sense with no sound.
What the fuck?
Well, we've got some little girl.
Okay, that's obviously not going to work.
Yeah, I can't explain the whole thing.
More technical goodness.
I'm not sure why there's a controversy about this girl. She's 9.
Well,
why,
here.
Why do people care? Ooh. Something to dance.
I swear.
To the window, then to the bedroom, out, so we're in the house. Out of the window, we respect.
So has this girl got an actual record deal, or does she just make a bunch of videos on the internet? What's the deal?
You're just going to have to pull up the video on your computer.
Oh, yeah.
See, this just looks like something my daughter would...
Jesus. That got loud all of a sudden. She's 11.
Yeah, okay, I kind of got that.
And now the video starts.
Miss L. MISSL.
And see, what I'm struggling with is why this is different from any other little teeny bopper thing that's on YouTube.
Every time that I see you,
Why it's different?
Yes.
Well, it's not really different except for she's more of a horror-looking
That's...
girl.
Dude, I've got a 12-year-old who watches this shit constantly. That's nothing new.
And this is perfectly fine with you.
Well, no, it's not fine. I can't stand watching it, but I'm not going to freak out about the fact that, you know, some 11-year-old girl has got too much makeup on and doing nasty shit. Have you ever watched Toddlers and Tiaras?
No.
That's some scary shit on there. They make those kids fucking eat like sugar packets so they'll be all hyper on stage and shit. I've never sat through a whole episode, mind you. Just what I've seen on previews, but still. So yeah, this is mild compared to some of the shit that's out there.
Well, I'm not outraged by it. I just think it's pathetic. And I think
Everybody wants to make that money, man. And if they can do it by dragging their 11-year-old out on
well,
stage...
it's not she's pathetic for doing it. I'm not saying she's pathetic. She's just reaching for the brass ring like
Right.
anybody else. The people who are pathetic are the people who actually buy this shit and listen to it. It's like, why? What is so entertaining about an 11-year-old girl?
It's the same way Bieber got hot, man. He started out on YouTube. His mom put videos up. And then he blew up on the YouTube and then become an international superstar.
But
So-
it's fucking ridiculous.
It is. It's sad. People can pull that shit off.
But
And
a lot.
in the
a
same
lot of
way, I
people-
wish I could do it with my daughters.
A lot of people are saying that this is like the new Rebecca Black, and that's the shit that I don't get, because Rebecca Black was just like a no talent nothing with it was auto tuned out the fucking ass. I mean, at least this bitch can sing. Although she doesn't sound 11, and she definitely doesn't look 11, but well, she kind of looks 11.
She looks 11. She just looks 11 with too much makeup.
Yeah, she looks like an 11-year-old who's in a really bad family.
Yeah. That's all it is, man, is people trying to make money. Yeah, that picture right, that shot right there makes it look like she's 8.
But the whole idea is like parents who let their kids do this. It's like, I mean, I can understand. It's nothing new that kids are infatuated with being older, or older things and wanting to be older. But to actually be able to like make their fantasy realization an actual thing, like. That's scary to me. That's the part that's scary, because kids always want to like play with Barbie dolls and fantasize they're, grown-ups. But to actually say, no, my sweet little darling, you can be an adult right now before you're mentally capable of dealing with it. Here you go, adulthood. And I know that there's toddlers, tiaras, and all that shit, which is also fucking
Horrendous, yes.
yes, disturbing. If there's ever a reason why America should be bombed into the fucking Stone Age, it's that show right there.
Yeah,
But shit like this doesn't help either. It's always just... You know what it is? I'll tell you exactly what it is. And the thing that irritates me the most about shit like this, it's not necessarily the bitch that does it. See, she finds the guy. Hey, hi. hey, cutie. Like, what the fuck are you guys going to do? You're 11. It's like, you got no fun. You have no sex drive. Like, what's the point?
Hang out and eat popcorn.
But the idea is that, you know, the overall idea and the thing that, like, pisses me off the most is, like, what it comes down to is child worship in our fucking culture, where we just worship children. It's like, children are everything. We must give our children everything and sacrifice our lives for our children and make sure our children are happy and blah, 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 blah. I guess it's easy for me to say. I'm not a parent, but
You want to make sure your children are happy, but you also don't want to exploit them on the internet to help them be happy.
yes, but part of life is loss.
It's true.
Growing up is there's a whole spectrum of emotional range that you have to go through in order to grow as a human. Parents who let their fucking kids do that are robbing their children of emotional growth. And they're literally just condemning their children to this life of just, you know, expecting everything to be hand delivered to them to where they don't actually have to do anything or try to make an effort because everyone's trying to serve their best interest because they're precious little jewels that everyone has. That's not the way the world works.
No, it's not.
Everyone in this world has to fend for themselves. And I hate to say the sooner you learn that, the better, but, you know, and parents naturally want to protect their children. I understand that. But this is to a point where it's like, it's not protecting your children anymore. Now you're literally throwing your children to the wolves under the guise of giving them what they want.
All this is people just trying to make money off their children. It's not exactly what they're teaching their children. It's what they're using their children to do.
I guess that's true. But they're not going to come out and say that.
Well, no. That would make them look like a bad parent. They'd be like, yes, I am going to throw my daughter out there and make her work for me. It's like, no one's going to come out and say that. They're playing it off like, I'm just showing the world the talent of my daughter so she can get the love and respect that she deserves from the world because she can sing.
But there's like, that's the whole, I don't know. That's my whole take on it. It's like, there's a million bitches out there that sound just like her. I mean,
Right.
She's nothing special. The song is absolutely nothing special.
No, it's just your usual.
And the only people who are really buying it are kids who think, who are brain dead, I guess. Well, I don't know. I mean, when I was a kid, well, I guess when I was a kid, I would pretty much listen to anything that had a good beat to it.
Yeah, my 12-year-old would eat this shit up.
Yeah, when I was like 10, 11, fuck, I listened to dumb shit. But, you know, fuck, I think I was listening to Wilson Phillips and stuff.
Hell, it's just like with movies. I remember when I was a kid, I thought Munchies was a good movie. And then I went back and watched it about 6 months ago. I was like, my God, this is horrible.
There's like this thing with when you get older, you start to realize that people kind of always expect, like there's this total fakeness about people who think that, you know, you were supposed to be cool out of the womb, man. Like, the cooler you are is like the earlier you were cool. Like, if your parents got you into like Indian punk rock and stuff, then you're the coolest person.
Indian punk rock.
It's like, you know what that is? That's fucking horse shit parents forcing their kids to like shit that they probably don't even like, and forcing them to do things that they think are cool.
Now, I wouldn't go that far. Because
Not this. I mean,
Okay.
certain parents are just like, my kid's going to be cool. They're going to be cool the way I couldn't because I had to listen to fucking, I had to be, you know, a Billy Joel fan because my dad was into Billy Joel. I hate Billy Joel. I wanted to be into fucking Minor Threat when I was a kid, you know, and shit like that. So they're going to do their children right. They're going to get them started on all the really important music, you know. And kids don't give a fuck about important music. And indie rock to a kid is just like nah, 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 you know, garbage. They want the sugar coated sweetness of shit like that. So you give it to them. But when kids start producing the sugar coated sweetness, that's when things start to get really fucking weird. It's like, here's kids giving kids what they want. You know, it's like kids. It's like this reciprocal kid-on-kid thing.
It's not exactly that. Well, it's a little new because they're a little younger. Like back in the 80s, it was Debbie Gibson and Tiffany and all that.
Well, yeah, it's not that new. But
Yeah. But they were older. They were, you know, at least 16, 17 years old when they started, I think. I don't remember that well, but you never really seen like an 8-year-old pop out there and dancing around in leotards and shit and going crazy.
Right.
The fact that it's starting that young is kind of creepy, but people are just impatient.
Jake brought up something earlier that really disturbs me still.
Uh-oh.
And I have to bring it to attention. It's you don't know who Rebecca Black is.
Oh, God.
You obviously do.
No, I have no idea.
Sorry. You have no idea. When I say the name Rebecca Black,
no.
What if I said Friday?
You mean the movie Friday? Sorry, man.
Okay. You have the internet, right?
Yes.
You have a computer to watch things on the internet.
Yes, I have an internet.
Then why don't you know about Rebecca Black?
Why would I? Why is it important?
It's not important. It's the shit that's on the internet. Oh, I didn't.
There's all sorts of shit on the internet. That's what the internet's for.
I wish I could get that audio to play. I have no fucking idea why that's not working. But that screw. Okay, now I got to school Jake on Rebecca Black.
Bring it.
Okay. Really? Rebecca Black. 596,043 dislikes.
Dislikes. Wow. I thought you were going to say views.
No. It's 30 or what,
28 million views.
That's just this video.
And now what decade is she from? That's his.
She's 13.
Oh. This isn't that old. I thought you were talking about something old.
No, this is like recent.
Oh, okay.
This was like last year.
Okay, this is just another example of what we were talking about before. I thought you kept like, this is the new Rebecca Black from the 80s. Is I thought you were referring to.
No, no.
Okay.
This is this year's... Miss L is this year's Rebecca Black, supposedly. But this bitch can't sing at all. And her song's horrible.
None of these...
You gotta listen to the words, man.
I'm listening. I do not understand why you're so obsessed with all these teeny boppers, man. Maybe I'm just immune to it because I have a daughter.
Because I'm on the internet and I absorb the pop culture outrage over things.
And see, I fight to ignore it because my daughter's trying to get me to watch these videos all the time. I wish I could remember the video of the last band she tried to get me to watch. It was two girls on their bed just with ridiculous lyrics and a beatbox. Something about mashing grilled cheese together or some shit like that. It was just
that sounds
ridiculous. Fun. But it was just annoying, dude. It was like slam your head on the table annoying. It was bad. But
what do you think this is?
Exactly. It's just the same shit. I'm just amazed that you're so focused on it.
I'm not. The whole world was focused on this, dude. It's just not. It's not just me. It's just the idea that like YouTube has provided the ability for this girl and her parents and ARC, whatever the hell ARC is, to create this and put it out there to the masses in millions and millions of views.
That is what the internet's for, to pump out as much ignorant shit as you can. Look what we're doing.
But the idea with Friday is that it's like the ultimate example of backfire. Like, everybody always said, like, oh, well, all you need to make it in the music industry is just, exposure and money and blah, blah, blah. Nope. Because obviously, it's like, when you have absolutely zero talent, but you have enough money to do shit like this, it's not going to, compensate for the fact that you have zero talent.
And then, look, now she gets to rent a black rapper to come sing in her video. It's like 1-800 Black-Rapper. I wonder if he's actually famous or...
No,
no name whatsoever?
Yeah, I've never heard of him before or seen him before.
Not like Katy Perry getting Snoop Dogg in her video or something like that?
That's, Snoop Dogg is a pop culture staple now. He'll be in anyone's video. I'm surprised he's not in a Rebecca Black video.
That's because he's made his money, man. He doesn't have to try no more. When was the last time he made a record?
But that is Rebecca Black.
That's great.
In all her unbelievable auto-tune glory.
I'm surprised my 12-year-old missed that one.
Why? You should be happy.
Dude, I don't listen to anything that she listens to. We fight in their car about which radio station we're going to listen to. They always want to switch it to 103.7.
Oh my God, she has other videos?
Well, yeah, you don't think she just has the one?
Dude, 500,000 dislikes. That's just added another one while I was watching it. I mean,
it's probably the two people that are listening to our show right now. They went over and clicked on it and like, screw this.
oh, they've
right.
seen all this before. You'd think. I don't know if anybody's actually watching.
It's like
it
you go to YouTube and just Google
I would check
or
but I
search
don't want
like
to.
bad pop girls, and that girl came up.
Well, Rebecca Black has just become part of American culture. She's part of American pop culture. I'm sure you will see her on the I Love the 2010s or whatever. Whatever shit VH1 does.
I'm sure she won't have her own segment. Maybe it'll just be a segment called All the Pop Chicks on the Internet. And then she'll be up there with...
Well, that's what I mean. It's just going to be part of a clip
Miss
show
L
that's
and-
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Miss L probably won't even get that far. Actually.
Oh, you don't think so?
Rebecca Black was fucking huge. Huge. Everyone was talking about her. Everyone. That's the only reason I know about her, because everyone was talking about her. It was like a month.
A month. That's all she lasted was a month.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's good for internet.
Dude, that's standard for internet. It's like if you make it beyond a month, you're fucking riding high. Justin Bieber, he actually had a successful career according to the internet. Where is he now? He's on the waning side. Of
He's
fucking
still out there,
popularity.
man.
He's still out there, but he's waning. Nobody talks about Bieber.
Well,
as much
no,
as
the
they
Beaver
did.
fever is faded a little bit, but he's still out
The
there
what?
making... Well, you didn't ever hear him call it Beaver fever?
Beaver fever.
The Bieber fever. Sorry. I'm mispronouncing that. Still, that's what they call it. Whenever you're obsessed with Justin Bieber, it was Bieber fever.
Bieber fever.
I even heard who was the celebrity that said they had it on some award show. My God, it might have been Billy Crystal. I'm not sure. Or no, he was the one about Miley Cyrus.
See, I missed my opportunity.
It's a pressure valve. Won't open unless there's tremendous pressure.
I wanted.
The pressure of pop culture.
I created a fucking sample player that I was going to use for this show.
And we haven't touched it once.
Assuming it was, we were actually, well, it was just it's going to be for future shows, I guess, just to throw it in. But I loaded it full of samples that I just thought were funny, but I don't even know how appropriate or how much I could use them.
It's almost like you'd have to re-edit it and then throw them in there later.
I may have to choose different ones, is what it comes down to, because, like, I don't know how often I'll be able to use this.
I'm gonna beat you like a runaway slave.
I mean, it may a lot of threats. They, like if I wanted to give you a compliment,
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
oh, you said something shocking.
Cheese and crackers.
Or if you think you're gonna assert me in my own show.
Your fucking warrant don't ever go over my fucking head again, you motherfucker, you.
A little Joe Pesci there.
I could be really excited about something, that you said, and just be giddy inside.
I can feel it down in my plums.
What the hell was that from?
That was from Eastbound and Down.
Okay.
Or, when I start to get a little off color with my suggestions.
Few people know that I'm fueled creatively by my massive hatred of immigrants.
See, I had some for Chad, too.
You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
That might be my favorite one.
But, we pull up a clip, maybe somebody's acting a little crazy.
You like Huey Lewis in the news?
Little jab. Or maybe if, you're slacking off or whoever's, on the mic, not doing their job.
I'm the guy who does his job. You must be the other guy.
This was another one for Chad. I was going to basically do this almost non-stop whenever he talked.
I want to get online. I need a computer.
That would be awesome. As soon as Chad slips up, I'm not sure what you're talking about. That's because you need a computer.
There was also a few for callers, like if we ever got a female caller.
Must be weird not having anybody come on you.
Anybody who wants to act like a tough guy.
Pain don't hurt.
Pain don't hurt.
Then there's the staple of all of our conversations.
See you at the party, Richter!
or somebody's acting like an idiot. Because the only reason I did this, and it almost need explanation. It's like I thought this was funny because it's just it's an absolute idiotic statement to make. But I thought it'd be funny for anyone who made an idiotic statement.
It's a pressure valve. It won't open unless there's tremendous pressure.
Then you got to have your Schwarzenegger.
Put that cookie down now.
You probably got quite a bit of Schwarzenegger on there, don't you?
No, actually, it's only just two or three. I think it's just two. But if you're saying something completely, totally out of the scope and realm of sanity.
He's got space dementia.
If you're really starting to irritate me.
I'm gonna stab you through the heart with a fucking pencil. Do you understand me?
Another one for Chad, just because. I have to add the ones for Chad just because I love Chad. I wish he was here.
Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
What'd you do? Just get like as many from Tombstone as you could find?
Not as many as you'd think.
Okay, because Tombstone has a ton of one-liners in it.
Start talking about a bunch of comic shit.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
That's my resolve for that. And then, inner fighting. Hope it doesn't happen. Fighting between the hosts.
Can you feel the tension in the air right now? I know I can. I can feel it all the way down in my plums.
Yes. And that's pretty much the samples I pulled.
All right, we need a new topic.
Yes, we do. We're only an hour in. We're doing pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah.
Had a lot to talk about. Unfortunately, a lot of my remaining topics were geared towards Chad. But I guess I could share with you. You like guns, don't you?
Sure. I don't know that much about them, but,
Sure. Forget it. It's not.
I'm not a gun enthusiast. I don't know
Well,
anything.
he's just kind of like the guy who would be. It's not like he's going to be impressed by stuff like this, but I think if I introduced him to this, it would make the whole him wanting a computer or needing a computer that much more important.
So basically, you're teasing him with it. Like, look what you can watch on the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to get online. I need a computer.
He would be saying that after watching this video.
Oh, those really do work in the middle of a conversation, don't they?
No, this FPS Russia, I got into him. I don't even know how I got into him. It was just like I was looking at fucking Call of Duty videos on fucking YouTube, and that's kind of where he comes from, the realm of first-person shooters, which is the FPS part. But it's like any gun you get to use in like Call of Duty or shit like that, he'll actually like try out in real life. Like he's shot like gold AK-47s, gold Desert Eagle.
Jesus.
Fucking all sorts of different shit.
The fact that there's actually a gold-plated any kind of weapon is ridiculous.
No, the fact there's actually that Dragon's Breath shotgun fucking shit. That's where it's like from Black Ops.
Oh, okay.
The fucking shit that when you shoot it, it sets the target on fire.
Okay.
Like, yeah, he was actually shooting those rounds.
Like incendiary ammo?
Incendiary ammo, yeah. Red and green tracer ammo. Fucking.
I knew they had that.
Makes his own fucking like explosive pots and blows up trucks and all sorts of fucking shit. Recoilless rifles. He fucking gets access to some unbelievable fucking weaponry. But his videos are kind of just like, you expect to be like, he talks a little bit about chambering and the different barrels and lengths and blah, 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 but he doesn't get too geeky about it. And, it's basically just like, going to fire, and he does it in a fake Russian accent for some reason. Here, I'll show you one.
And check this guy out.
Yeah, it's pretty,
Wow, he's got his own awesome little...
Oh, yeah. He's a professional Russian, as his title says.
Professional Russian.
Hello, my friends. It's FPS Russia again, and I asked you guys on Facebook a few days ago what weapon you would like to see next, and a lot of people want to see the FAL, so...
Can you, the viewer, see this okay?
Are you getting all this in?
That's the model we're using here. We got a folding stock, 10-inch barrel. By the way, when you're shooting 7.6,
that is the worst Russian accent ever.
This thing is loud. That's my only complaint about this thing. Other than that, the rate of fire is perfect.
The FAL.
Obviously, I love the 308 round. You've got so much penetration. It's a lot better, in my opinion, than the 5.56. But
I
the
bet you.
question is,
Well, at least it's not a fucking thick Georgian accent over the trying to do Russian with the Georgian accent.
I think the southern accent would be better.
I love a 7.6.
Or you're talking about George? You talking about Georgia, Russia, or Georgia, USA?
No, Georgia, USA. That's my point.
And I think today our video is going to be mostly about the
No, because the whole idea is like that's how he got popular was doing the Russian accent. Everybody thought he was Russian.
Why? He doesn't look right. I mean. Okay, he's a pretty good shot.
He got to fire a law, though.
Another
it's like
thing I
a
don't
couple
like
of
about these
missiles.
is the,
Then it's like, well, I just that was about $1,000 worth of rockets. Like, God damn, $1,000 just to do a YouTube video.
So he just shot
a tie-dye truck over there. Let's do some real damage to it. I started thinking about it, and all the time in the movies you see guys hiding inside of a car, and the car is supposedly stopping rifle fire and handgun fire, and
well, we all know that's not true.
Ridiculous. So I thought I'd show you guys just how much penetration power this 7.62.
Well, he's talking to kids.
So we're going to
who obviously just don't understand anything.
This is.
Here, keep watching.
I'm good. I love how this guy finds it his authority to
that car would be terrified right about
debuff movies. Oh, it sounds like it hit the tire.
Sounds good. Okay, so you can see right here, these rounds are going in that side and all the way out through this side, here, 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 all the way back there.
It's amazing people take this guy seriously.
And if you look all the way up
just
here,
the accent itself, it just drives me nuts.
Rounds go through steel,
well, it drives everyone nuts, really.
You know, they come
who knows when they
straight,
know that he's not Russian. So he's actually fooled people into thinking he's Russian.
That's ridiculous.
And these bullets are just going everywhere inside the cab of the vehicle. So if you're in there,
he's like
very bad there.
It's like Nico Bellic Russian. It's like no.
Jesus.
I am Nico Bellic. I'm shooting truck now. It's like that's the easiest accent to fake, like the Nico Bellic
fucking
very hard
accent. To find volunteers to drive these vehicles.
Well, no shit.
So if any of you are interested, please contact me.
I'm going to be in the next Bond film. Call FPS Russia. From FPS Russia with love.
Got a magazine full of straight tracer rounds. We're a little bit too close for the tracer to ignite properly, but I think once they start bouncing
tracer
around
rounds,
there,
this fucking guy.
Might have a nice little barbecue.
Nice little barbecue. Yeah, your tracer rounds aren't working, buddy.
I think he figures that out.
Yeah. Or not.
Or not.
So that didn't do the trick.
So we'll just light it on fire.
Molotov cocktail. Fuck it! Yeah. You know what's great radio? Watching videos. Yeah. I wanted to show you this guy, though, because I knew Knaus would be like, that's pretty cool. Because
I don't know. I don't even think Chad would like this.
Well, of course, on the surface, Chad would be like he is everything else.
Yeah.
But deep in his heart, if he had the internet, he would be all about that. He would be watching every single one of that dude's videos because he's getting to shoot off weapons that Chad could only dream about fucking shooting.
It's true.
That's what Chad wants to do with his whole. That's the only reason why Chad wants his fucking gun club.
It's true.
So he can fucking shoot weapons like that. That's all he wants. What was that? The bloop? I'm sorry. Whenever I get an update or something, it's going to come through. No, we're fine.
Oh.
So, now we just whip through that topic. You know, there's a certain thing called radio etiquette. Radio number, or 101. I got to share with Jake. It's like when you get a topic, you kind of got to expand on it.
Yeah. Well, then,
build on it, let it, work it out a little bit.
I get that.
You're going into it with only 5-6 topics. You got about an hour and a half, 2 hours to kill. You got to.
Yeah, with that, guns are not my forte, man.
That's why I didn't want to play the gun stuff, because I knew it was going to be more effective with Knaus. Not necessarily for Knaus, but with Knaus present. But we're yet again talking about a guy who, chooses to, be alone in solitude and not actually, socialize with anyone, rather than actually, go do something. But I could go off for an hour about why we didn't do the podcast or do the webcast at 1, which would have been pretty good for everyone, including Sean. But Sean was like, I got a show tonight. It's like, oh, I forgot. You got a show tonight, so that precludes you from doing anything at all throughout the rest of the day. Well, now I got to work. It's like, yet again. Yep. When do you work? 10, 11 o'clock? So you can't come here at 1?
Now, that's nights, though, man. He's got to sleep.
That's true. I'll give him that leeway.
Now, Sean's band thing, that's just, having those hours of preparation of nothing.
Well, I give Sean an out because I kind of know where that comes from. I know that... Drinky. I know that when you're kind of mentally set on something and there's something you have to do, kind of like with this show. I knew that we had to do this Saturday, so I was kind of getting prepared for it.
Okay.
So, but even so, even so for me, I went out and fucking deposited money, bought groceries, started my jambalaya, making jambalaya, by the way.
Ooh, jambalaya.
But but that's all around my house. I mean, if I had to go to Virginia or Beerstown or whatever, run to Springfield, I'd be then again, I would have done it. But, that's a whole different story. But right. I understand at least the thought process. I understand that, when you're thinking about something and know you have to do something, you're kind of locked in and you're not really thinking about anything else. And he probably wouldn't have, his argument probably would have been, I would have brought nothing to the show if I would have come.
Because his mind's wrapped around the band thing. Okay, right. I get that.
Chad, on the other hand, I understand he had to work. Had to work last night, had to work tonight. But,
and when you're working nights, it's no fun to go do shit before you go to work and then have to stop what you're doing to go to work. It's not like day shift where you just wake up and go straight to work.
Right, but first weekend, he's talking to some NRA guy with the gun club shit. Second weekend, I think I had a heart attack. I'm physically ill. I can't come. I'm physically ill. Okay. This weekend, I've got to work tonight. It's like, was it going to be next weekend? Jake and I are seeing a movie. You should have told me we were doing it Saturday. like we've been telling him for the past 4 fucking weeks. That's the whole idea. It's it's just becoming too many excuses for the whole Chad thing.
And he's not big on the whole public speaking thing anyway, so he may not even be into
this is one of the things that I was kind of questioning Sean about. It's are you absolutely sure Chad wants to do this? It's we've tried to get Chad to do all sorts of shit and he's never agreed to do anything. We have to literally force him to do it before he'll do it. But Sean's kind of cocksure in that sort of way. It's I'll do the pushing. It's you can only do so much pushing with Chad. It's when he has an opportunity to slip out, it's and the opportunity to slip out is come to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
That's his perfect opportunity.
He's a very stubborn man.
Now, if we were all in Beerstown, then you have a very hard time getting out of this every weekend. But then again, we'd probably be doing it daily, so who knows?
A daily podcast?
Oh, fucking, I would. Why not? The only reason I don't do it now is because I can't do a show by myself. Well, it's just, even my drinking show was just, got to the point where it's boring as hell.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. There's only so much stuff you can talk about here. Now, we've almost come to the end of material here. We're talking about Chad, for God's sakes.
Well, yeah, and for anybody who doesn't know Chad, then you're not really getting any of this. But I could sit there and say, I'm sure you've got a friend out there like Chad, but what does that really matter? It doesn't. So moving on. I don't want to talk about James Randi. Maybe, I don't know. I don't want to talk about him.
Yeah, because I don't know who he is.
Jake doesn't want to talk about him.
No. All right, you asked
that
me.
that almost opens up a door. Like, you don't know. Well, shit. Let me show you.
Yeah, we already did that with the silly girl on the YouTube.
But we got good mileage out of the
Yes, we
missile
did.
thing.
Yes, we did.
Now,
All right, you asked me earlier about the new Batman flick.
oh yeah. I forgot about that.
We'll go on that.
Batman.
The new Dark Knight Rises trailer.
Oh god, that name is so stupid.
It is a little, yes, but he had to keep going with the Dark Knight thing, and you can't put Dark Knight 3 since Dark Knight wasn't technically 2. So that's
know,
Christopher
but-
Nolan trying to be creative in his titles.
Dark Knight Rises.
It's not, I mean,
You know what? It sounds like the porno version of the movie. Is what it sounds like. That is a terrible, terrible name. I can't believe they would set on that. Or
now, I
settle
will
on
admit,
that,
this
not set on-
movie does not pack the punch that Dark Knight had to it. I mean, everyone's looking forward to the Joker. The trailers were like crazy and packed, just made you really want to go see it. These don't do that.
But see, we'll get back to that in a second.
Okay.
I'm going to play the trailer,
Oh, you want to watch the trailer, then we'll
Yeah.
slam it.
which is going to be great for everyone listening.
Can you play the sound? Okay, we're playing the sound.
Yeah, I'm playing the sound, but you're not. Here, let me turn it.
You are as precious to me.
That was Travis
as
Bickle
you
for
were
a
to
second.
Your own mother and father. I swore to them that I would protect you.
Is this the trailer you're talking about? Okay.
Actually, this may be a different one, but you
Says
still get the
number
point.
2.
Yeah.
The mayor's gonna dump him in the spring.
Really? Mm-hmm. But he's a hero. A war hero.
Who's that?
Gordon's the mayor now.
You think this can last? There's a storm coming, Mr. Wayne.
There's Anne Hathaway's Catwoman. Some no-name guy is Bane.
Bane the punk.
Bane and the big... Bane is almost breaking my rule with the big fuzzy coat.
What rule is that?
You can't be a badass in a big fuzzy coat.
And leave so little for the rest of us.
At least it's a wool coat and not a big fur coat. And here's the big football scene.
What does that mean?
Is that Josh Brolin?
Yep, probably.
Ugh, God, he's in everything.
Yeah, he's in the new Men in Black movie. And there's the big football field cave-in scene. The guy doesn't even notice as he's running that everything caved in 20 feet.
Because it wasn't really caving in.
My permission to die.
See, it's like, oh, they cleaned it up a little bit, though.
Yeah.
God, before it's like,
Yeah, I'm sure they're not going to go to the point where you're not going to be able to understand it. Now, the big thing for me is at the end, there it is, the hovercraft.
oh, boy.
Now, see, Chris Nolan went so hard on not using the fake villains for Batman, but for some reason, he sticks a hovercraft in Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, God.
That's like he was trying to keep it all as realistic as possible, and then he had to go around and throw in a hovercraft. It's like, way to stick to your guns there, Chris Nolan.
I don't think it's going to be any good.
I'm worried. I'm not as pumped up for it as I was for the Dark Knight.
I think everyone was pumped up, like really pumped up for the Dark Knight, and I don't think it had anything more to do than Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Yeah,
because I think that's what really sold it. It's like everybody was so impressed with his version of the Joker that's like,
because he did an awesome job,
and technically that's what pretty much sold the movie.
Right.
I mean, if you really think about it, who else was in that fucking movie?
You gotta love Michael
Eric
Caine.
Roberts.
Eric Roberts. You gotta love Michael Caine as Alfred.
Michael Caine gets on my nerves, though.
Really?
Yes.
Oh man, I can even go back and watch like Dirty Rotten Scoundrels and.
Some people like Michael Caine. I'm not one of those people. Not a big fan of the Michael Caine. But, I'm just, I don't know. To me, it's like that's what got me into watching, because I didn't even watch the first Batman. Batman Begins in the theater, because I'm like, I don't want to see another fucking Batman. It's like I spent all my time watching the fucking, Tim Burton Batmans. Well, not all my time, but
Right.
I got in, as a kid, I watched those. Like, oh, that's pretty good. And then it got really stupid in the Joel
then you
Schumacher years.
Yeah.
But then it's like, all right, we're bringing Batman back. It's like, fuck. Like, I don't care. I honestly don't care. And then after watching it on, DVD, it's like, well, they did a pretty good job with it. But then after seeing the trailers for The Dark Knight, it's like, whoa. It's like Heath Ledger's really taking the Joker thing seriously. And then he dies, like, oh, well. Now
supposedly because he drove.
Now everybody's got to watch it.
That's supposedly because he drove himself insane trying to be like the Joker. From what I heard, he like sat in a hotel room for 3 months in solitude practicing the Joker act.
Yeah, I'm sure it had absolutely nothing to do with drugs.
Well, no, that was part of it too.
I think it had more to do with it than anything else.
But supposedly he was on the drugs because he drove himself crazy trying to act like the Joker. That's from what I heard. So
that's someone sucking the dead dick of fucking Heath Ledger is what that is.
But anyway, going back to Dark Knight Rises, you got your main villain who's Bane, who's technically not really a main villain. He's a henchman at best. And you got Catwoman who you got the part of Selena Kyle in there, but technically she doesn't really seem anything like Catwoman. You got Anne Hathaway,
because she's Anne Hathaway.
It's true.
She's Anne Hathaway in everything she does.
But I mean, like, from what little piece you see of like the costume, it looks more like the Matrix costume than it does the Catwoman costume. Supposedly, she wears like ears at a ball or something, but whether or not she's actually going to have like the costume and kicking ass.
What does it matter, though? I mean, that's the whole thing. Well, when it comes down to it, that's the debate over semantics when it really comes down to it with these fucking comic book franchises. All these directors want to kind of stay as far away from the campy shit as possible.
And that's fine.
Like with the X-Men movies, they didn't want to put Wolverine in the Wolverine outfit.
And that works. That worked for they made that work there. And they'll probably make it work here too. It's just everyone is expecting to see it. What, you wanted to see Wolverine in the brown and white, or yellow?
They did the Watchmen.
Oh yeah, but the Watchmen had a completely different feel to it too.
Yeah, but I think they could have done. Yes, actually, I will say that. Yes, Wolverine and the fucking yellow and black, the typical traditional Wolverine suit. Yes.
Nah, see, that wouldn't have worked. They even made the joke about it in the first X-Men movie. Like, what are you expecting?
I know, but that's the whole point. That's the Wolverine you expect, not the fucking Tony Awards host fucking
the Broadway Hugh Jackman.
I don't know. The thing about The Dark Knight and what's going forward with all of it is Christian Bale, who I can't stand. And I don't like his Batman. I honestly don't.
It's a little rough, yeah. It's like the way he just like expects to be able to change his voice into like it's a scratchy thing we're going to do here now.
Well, it's just like he can be deconstructed so easily. Like he's talking to Alfred, like, Alfred, I think we should do. It's like, dude, he knows who you are. You don't have to put on the phony Batman voice with him. It's like, what are you doing?
It goes with the cowl, man. You have to do the voice when you're wearing the cowl.
Yeah, you got to put this. Like, oh no, I'm in the Batman.
Where is she?
Yeah, like,
that's what you.
Where is she? Where is she?
You're gonna have to get some Dark Knight samples for next week.
It's so stupid, though. It's just, ugh. That pulled me right out of every time he's like, I think we gotta kill her. I've got the gravelly voice.
I'm looking for someone who wants to rattle some cages.
Like, why did Batman ever need that voice?
See, that's just it. He never had it before.
Exactly. He never needed it. Batman has never needed it. Hey, I'm here to solve all your problems. It's
I'm like Bruce Wayne's.
Crime. I'm not going to kill anybody. I'm a man of peace, but I drive around in a black vehicle and I use all sorts of crazy shit.
It's like Bruce Wayne's worried that, like, hey, that guy kind of sounds like Bruce Wayne.
It was never a concern in the other movies,
exactly,
or in the comic book or anything. It's like, hey, when you talk, you sound exactly like that fucking billionaire guy. Like, no, I don't. That's like the childish way of like dealing with that problem. They were sitting around the board with me. It's like, well, wouldn't they know what he sounded like when he talked? It's like they all just thought like, well, we'll just have him talk like this then. They'll never be able to figure out if he's talking like this. Fucking ridiculous.
And there's another scene in that trailer that I found ridiculous. It shows Batman fighting somebody, but he's surrounded by people who are also fighting each other. Like he's not even the center of attention anymore. It's just like now he's just part of a larger battle. Like he's not the hero anymore. Now he's just the soldier. So I'm going to be curious to see how they work that in.
I can tell you. Oh, shit.
Yeah, no one can hear you when you're pouring a beer.
Well, you caught me off guard, damn it. I can tell you one thing. You can't ever go really by the things the internet does before the movie comes out, because I swear to God there was like a almost like slideshow of like production stills from The Dark Knight that came out before the movie, where they literally like made it look like the campy 70s fucking Batman. They'd put like the pow bang. It was in the fucking ballroom fight scene. Like the pictures were, there was nothing done to them. It wasn't stills pulled from the final like master of the film. It was from the production photos.
Yeah.
So everything's really brightly lit and colors are really vibrant. And it was just like the worst looking thing. It's like, you know, just based on that, you could be like, God, this movie's going to fucking blow.
I'll tell you what, I have a very good example of that. There was a movie called Jennifer's Body. Megan Fox, that, I can't remember the blonde chick's name off the top of my head. But there was photos that come out before the movie came out of Megan Fox standing by a lake, bare-chested, trying to cover her hands up. But you see nipple and everything. And everyone blew up like, yes, Megan Fox is finally showing her tits in a movie. And then that movie come out, and that picture is nowhere in the movie because it's just a production still. And everyone got pissed. They're like, what happened to Megan Fox's boobies? No!
But that's part of the whole, I mean, in the Dark Knight aspect, it's like, those are the kind of stills that'd be like, I'm not going to watch this. In that aspect, it's like, God damn, I got to see this movie now. That's a horrible. That to me is like those stills were released just to hype the movie.
Oh yeah, you see it in movie trailers all the time
because they knew that movie sucked balls and no one was going to watch it.
That's like the new thing for movie trailers now. Is like, we're going to show shit that's not actually in the movie, but so cool it's going to make you come watch it. And then when you get there, you're pissed because it wasn't in there.
You bring up a good thing right there. Movie trailers. I haven't seen a movie trailer in literally.
Are you fucking kidding me? For as much as you watch YouTube, you don't watch movie trailers?
No, I don't.
See, that's the only thing I watch on YouTube is movie trailers.
No, I rarely. I can't even say rarely. I never watch.
You'll watch videos of 9-year-old pop stars.
I take that back.
I
did watch one movie trailer in like the past year. It was for the Avengers.
Okay. Don't
know why I watched it. I think it was just because I'm like completely amazed that this movie can exist.
Oh, it's going to, and I hope it's good. I'm kind of looking forward to it. See, the last couple of years, I was able to like make a list of like the 6 or 7 movies I'm going to see this summer. This summer, there's like 2. There's the massive scale of the summer movie is just not there anymore.
But the whole idea with the Avengers is like the Avengers are the Avengers.
Yeah.
But when you start watching the trailers, it becomes very apparent that that Iron Man's the focus of this movie.
Well, that's because Iron Man was the most profitable movie of the bunch.
But that's where they fucked the X-Men series.
And making Wolverine the center character? Yeah, definitely.
It's an ensemble piece. It should be always treated as an ensemble character piece.
And hopefully
it should not be like, well, who's the most popular? Iron Man.
Robert Downey Jr.
And who's number 2? The Hulk? Like, I guess out of the crew that they've got, the Hulk's naturally going to be like...
The Hulk's everyone's favorite.
We got Ed Norton and a bunch of fucking no-name people.
But that's just it. Ed Norton's not in the Avengers movie.
He's not? No, bullshit.
He's not.
Bullshit.
He's not.
I have seen him in it.
You're wrong. What you watched was a mock trailer then of somebody else cut a bunch of shit together. It's not him. He's the guy from Blindness, and he was in a couple other movies. He was in God damn, I can never remember this guy's name. Look it up. IMDb right now. Ed Norton is not in the new Avengers movie.
Bull fucking shit.
Oh, this is going to be fun when you finally figure this out.
Bullshit.
It is. What is his fucking name? He was in Blindness. He was in a movie about lesbians raising kids.
Ed Norton's not in this movie?
No, he is not in this movie. He is not the
I could have
Hulk.
swore to God I saw him in this trailer.
No, you watched a mock trailer of them cutting a bunch of different movies together.
No. I've never seen this trailer before.
Okay,
so
well, we'll keep on watching because it's not Ed Norton. I can't remember his fucking name.
I think it's time.
It's time, buddy. There's Captain America.
Sir, trying to get me back in the world?
Trying to save it.
Doctor, we need you to come in.
Hot ass Scarlett Johansson.
No.
Oh, there it is. You missed it.
What?
I'll persuade
God
you.
damn it.
What are you asking me to do?
Be Thor.
Suck and die.
It's called
There it is.
Avengers.
There he was.
No.
That's him. It's
I thought I didn't qualify. Apparently I'm, what is it? Volatile, self-obsessed, and don't play well with others.
I think they need a timeout.
yeah. Of course, they have to have the 3-man battle. See who's the baddest of the 3.
How desperate
Well, that's an easy battle.
Yeah, you think Thor would be able to take them both down?
such lost
But
creatures.
not in Hollywood.
No.
And who are they battling?
Loki, Thor's brother. They brought Loki back as the big bad.
Wait.
We're a time bomb.
There you go. Time bomb guy. That's him. I can't believe you didn't know Edward Norton wasn't in this movie.
I thought he was.
Nope. Edward Norton made too much of a stink on their Incredible Hulk flick. He was an ass and tried to take over the whole movie, so they cut him out of it.
He always tries to take over his movie.
Well,
We were ever trained for.
that dude's the Hawkeye. He's the dude from
that's Jeremy Renner, yeah.
yeah, he's the Hurt Locker guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does a good job in most of the stuff he's in. He just, he's that guy that no one can remember.
He's in the Hurt Locker.
I'm bringing the party.
I remember that. I am so fucking tired. I saw this, the big, thick,
the
fucking,
big snake.
Yeah. I am so fucking tired of that phony ending in the fucking trailer. The dun-dun-dun, and then there's like, what happened? Dun-dun-dun-dun, and here comes the real ending. Like, they've done that for fucking a decade now. It's like, are people still? It's like, just give them what they want. They are expecting it. They expect it. Give them what they expect. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, do something outside of the. What am I talking about? It's Hollywood. They're not going to do anything outside the box.
Well, of course not. But yeah, so there you go. Edward
Yeah,
Norton
I thought I could have swore I saw him in one of the fucking. Maybe I was just seeing the Hulk and thinking, oh, Edward Norton's going to be in this because he's the last guy to play the Hulk.
Nope.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah. My God, what the hell is it doing?
But they proved, hey, it's the Hulk that you're tuning in for, not Bruce Banner.
Yeah, not Bruce Banner.
What is this? What is this?
What is what?
Oh, Men in Black 3. Fuck you.
Yeah, no, that doesn't look good at all.
See, I'm like...
There's another movie that Brolin's in. You just said Brolin's in everything.
Yeah. I heard about that. Josh Brolin. He's...
Obviously, after... what the hell was that big movie he was nominated for an Oscar for?
What, No Country for Old
There
Men?
you go. After that, he's just become like the badass.
It's because that was a great movie. Fucking far better than half the shit he's in now.
It was a good movie until the end.
That's what made the fucking whole movie.
The ending pissed me off, dude.
Dude, the whole movie, it was great. That movie was great. You can't talk shit about that movie.
I'm sorry, but when you end the movie with fucking...
What, because it ended on a downer?
It didn't just end on a downer. It ended on Tommy Lee Jones sitting at a table fucking crying.
That's his whole... He wasn't crying.
He was whining.
Oh, crying and whining.
Mark Ruffalo, that's that guy's name.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I could have told you that.
Well, why didn't you? I had said 4 times I didn't know his name.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
Yeah.
No, Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah.
He was in Zodiac.
I never watched that either.
Man, you don't watch anything.
Except for...
I'm invoking Chad at this point.
Yes, the explosions of the boobies.
I'm going to start clacking sticks together and fully...
Oh, you had to bring that up, didn't you? The classic Jake joke.
No. You'd never watched Zodiac, really?
I've seen bits and pieces of it.
I mean, I'm not too much into David Fincher movies anymore, but I thought that was pretty good.
See,
it's kind of lackluster, but it was all right. It built a good mood, but the payoff was not there, and Jake Gyllenhaal is not an adult. You can't cast him in an adult role because he's not an adult. I don't care.
I did watch most of that movie now because I remember how they did the whole investigation, and then halfway through the movie, Jake Gyllenhaal picked up the investigation, and you had to watch the whole goddamn investigation again. You had to watch him do it.
You didn't really watch it again. You just watched him expand on what they left off.
There was a lot of going back, and he had to like learn it all himself, and it showed all of that, and it was like watching the same movie twice.
No.
Yes.
No. You're thinking you must have seen something on TV or something.
No, I remember Jake Gyllenhaal being in it because he was the newspaper or the comic writer or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when he got into the whole thing, he had to pick up all the files from the police station. Then he went home and he started reading through it all, and it's like
Robert Downey Jr. was in that movie, actually.
There's a lot of people in that fucking movie.
Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, Jake Gyllenhaal, some bitches.
I don't remember female actresses.
I don't think there were any memorable ones in there.
Probably not.
But no, Jake Gyllenhaal's not an adult. You can't cast him in an adult role, and that's what took me out of the movie. Because other than that, it was a really good film.
Is he always going to be Billy Crystal's son from the City Slickers?
Really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was.
That.
Yeah, he was.
No, to me, he's always going to be Homer Hickam.
Homer Hickam?
In fucking October Sky.
Never watched
I want to be a rocket.
I never watched that. If you want to go there, you can just say he'll always be Bubble Boy.
No, see, I'm not. I didn't get.
You're not that mean.
No, I just didn't. I didn't really watch. I watched Bubble Boy after watching October Sky. October Sky to me was what Jake Gyllenhaal was. To a lot of people, it's Donnie Darko, but to me, it's always October Sky,
which I find incredibly boring. Sorry.
What, Donnie Darko?
Yes.
I thought Donnie Darko was okay. It's muddled.
It's one that took me 3 times, but like starting and stopping it to watch.
I can tell you one thing about that director, and that's he was given a lot more credit than what he really deserved. Because if you really think about it, his whole movie, and it's an emotional movie. It's very, if you allow yourself to really get into it, and it'll suck you in, but a lot of it's music cues, which it's like, to me, it's good that you find a director who knows how to work with music, but at the same time, it's like
the story really didn't.
Well, what story is there? It's just it's a confusing time travel tale,
right?
It's like, but he works it in such a way with the music cues that it's like, I mean, you think about it, it's almost like he made several music videos throughout that fucking movie. Because it'd be like long sequences of fucking Tears for Fears, and long sequences of fucking Echo and the Bunnymen.
Huh. Maybe that's why I didn't
get
into it.
God damn, it's like, it's literally a music video for these fucking songs. But it's it's so expertly done and well done. It's almost like he was supposed to be a music video director and never got the chance, so he's like, I'm going to make music videos in my movie.
See,
for the songs I like back in the 80s.
That's just it. You'd think it'd be easier to break into the music video world than it would be the movie world.
Well, I don't know. I can't explain it, but what I can definitely say is that if you've watched Southland Tales,
oh God,
that tells you everything you need to know about that director.
Oh, that was a hard movie to sit through.
I didn't even sit through it. I got to the part where I literally was like, okay, you got Sarah Michelle Gellar talking some fucking weird TV shit, and then you've got fucking
Mandy Moore,
and
then you had The Rock,
and then you've
got Dwayne Johnson for people who don't watch wrestling.
And then you've got fucking, what's his name?
Stifler?
No, not Stifler. What's his fucking name? The dude who's the Watchtower guard.
The Watchtower guard?
The soldier guy. He's the NSYNC guy.
Oh, Timberlake.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake. Trying to play. I think that was like the first serious role he tried to play. It was like, ugh. It's like, no. This is not the role for you, Mr. Timberlake.
That just wasn't the movie for anybody. I mean, nobody fit in that movie. It just didn't make any fucking sense.
It was terrible. The lines were terrible. Now, see, I haven't seen the one with Cameron Diaz that he did. The box or the...
Oh, I heard. I never watched it because that just sounds stupid.
Really?
Do you even know what it's about at all?
Well, yeah, it's like...
You press a button and someone dies and you get $1 million.
Yeah.
And they say it has nothing to do with you, but as it gets into the movie... Like, they start meeting other people that have used the box, and killing somebody has come back to haunt them and all this. I had somebody explain it to me. I didn't ever watch it. I actually had it on my DVR, then I deleted it. I was like,
way to commit.
I was like, I'm not even going to bother.
No, see, the premise interested me, but I was like, they're going to fuck it up. They got to fuck it up.
It seemed like Needful Things, just not nearly as good.
Did I just hear you call Needful Things good?
I always liked that one. But I'm probably sure if I watched it now, I'm sure I'd have tons of problems with it. But that came out when I was like 15. So,
dude, yeah, rewatch that shit. That is fucking terrible. Needful Things, of all the Stephen King fucking made for movies.
I'm just saying that's what it sounds like. You get something cool if you do something bad. That's basically the same storyline of The Box.
Was that the Needful Things, though? I thought it was just like...
The guy owned a store, and he slowly, like, corrupted everybody in town in, like, oddball ways. Like, the kid had to go out and bust the windows out of this girl's chicken coop.
But not to get the things they wanted.
There was things in his store that he wanted. Like, the kid wanted a baseball card or something. And he's like, oh, I'll give you this baseball card. But first you have to do something for me. And then this kid went out and busted all the windows out of this chicken coop. And then the woman who owned the chicken coop thought some other woman did it. And then they end up killing each other inside of a chicken coop full of broken glass. All because this boy did something evil that the old man told him to do so he could get the baseball card. And that's why that whole movie ran. That's the whole point of Needful Things. Like, this old man...
Stop eating my sesame cake!
Are you trying to get me to shut up?
That's all I can say. I just wanted to cue it. Fucking.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Kevin. Max Fun Saito is the store owner devil. Luckily, I left my Facebook chat open.
That's what I was trying to get you to look at before.
All right, well, here.
See, he actually... Where's the... Okay, yeah. Is the store owner devil. That's funny stuff.
See...
There is somebody listening. Good old Kev.
Now, the whole... I just thought it would be a good movie. I didn't really... I mean, it's not like I'm defending the guy like, oh, it was great. I've never seen the movie. And apparently I haven't cared enough to see it. It's like, well, if it gets on Netflix, I'll watch it. It's one of those kinds of movies for me.
And I've got tons of those movies on there that I've clicked on, put on my queue, and then still haven't watched.
Yeah. I stopped adding things to my queue because I just knew I would never get around to watching it.
My queue is filled with like 500 movies because I got drunk a few times and like, oh, that looks good. That looks good. Click, click, click.
I still haven't watched Rubber.
You still haven't watched? I'll tell you what. I watched it the second time around, and it wasn't as nearly as good as the first time. It's one of those where, like, if you do enjoy it, you only enjoy it once, and because after that, there's no surprises. So,
surprises.
That's all that movie is. Just like a string of weird surprises and shit that you would not expect to happen happens.
Have you ever? Did you ever get around? You watched Hobo with a Shotgun, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I think we talked about that.
That's just a cheaper version of Machete, which is kind of funny because
it's a cheaper version of Machete.
You can't get much cheaper than Machete.
Apparently, you can.
Yes, you can.
I would have called it, had I seen Machete, the Canadian version of Machete.
There you go. Which still works as cheaper.
No.
Yeah, I'm making fun of Canada now. I'm going to get hate letters.
Now, the whole thing, God, that reminds me. God, I got to start writing this shit down. I'll cue it back up when I save this shit and put it on YouTube. But, John, remind yourself to either rent or do something with Canadian bacon and pull samples from that movie thing.
Canadian bacon?
Because there's so much anti-Canada stuff in that that I have to have that for the fucking soundboard. Definitely. Because Canada they're a threat. They're not a threat. They're just assholes. And it's always good to poke fun at fucking Canadians. But yeah, now the Hobo with a Shotgun. Did I recommend that movie, or did we just kind of both watch it because it was on Netflix?
No, I watched it because like a buddy of mine from work was waiting for that movie to come out. Like, I have to see
waiting for it.
He has a hobby of watching bad movies. He like watched Two-Headed Shark off of fucking Sci-Fi Channel and shit like that. He's just got this weird thing where he loves to watch like the worst shit on television.
Yeah,
and
but
movies.
Hobo. Who would wait for Hobo with a shotgun?
Well, we found it on bloodydisgusting.com, and we're like, holy shit, that's so ridiculous it might work.
I only watched it because I literally watched it for the fucking poster.
It did have a very good poster.
That and the name. I was like, Hobo with a shotgun. This is fucking gotta be great. No, I was wrong. I really was.
It had its moments, but yeah, overall.
Okay, I got to throw in the third thing. Rutger Hauer. Okay. Rutger Hauer, as soon as I found out Rutger Hauer is in it, it's like, I got to give it a... I'm always willing to give Rutger Hauer the benefit of the doubt, because I'm a fan of Rutger Hauer movies, goddammit.
Even though they're not very good.
They're not good. They're not good in the least bit.
I remember as a child, I watched one where I can't remember what the hell it was called, but he was a blind swordsman.
Blind Fury.
Is that what that's called?
Yes, that's what that's
I remember
called.
watching that one with my dad.
Yes.
There's one goofy scene where he's like driving a van and a kid's telling him which way to turn. I don't know why that's always stood out in my mind.
Blind Fury. Yes,
Yep.
I remember that movie well. God, there are so many shitty... See, I mean, he did a really good job. But everybody remembers him, of course, from Blade Runner.
Right.
That was his big role.
Yeah, he's like...
It's been downhills.
He's like the D movie hero.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, he did Surviving the Game with Ice-T.
Oh, yeah.
The, what's that a ripoff of? God damn it. I always forget. Avenging Force. That's a ripoff of Avenging Force.
Right, which is also mixed in there with Hard Target with Van Damme.
See, you always bring up Hard Target.
That's because I don't think I've ever seen Avenging Force. But I have seen Hard Target.
Here's another recorded reminder for me. Find Avenging Force on DVD and buy it.
Oh, God. Now, who's that got in it?
The only name in it is Michael Dudikoff.
Oh, the American Ninja guy?
American Ninja guy, yeah.
Amazing.
But that fucking movie is... Here's the thing. It's probably a rose-colored glasses situation, but I just remember that movie being, absolutely kick-ass. Although I think it takes place in, Louisiana. It may be exactly Hard Target.
It probably is, yeah.
I mean,
it's homeless people.
Yeah, I mean that's it wasn't homeless people though. It was hunting Vietnam vets.
Well, that's what Hard Target was. It was like homeless veterans.
Was Hard Target literally a ripoff of fucking
it probably
Avenging
was.
Force?
Yeah. And
I may have to watch Hard Target. Get both movies and do a comparison.
Yeah, that's what Hard Target was. It was Jean-Claude Van Damme running around. John. I thought it was Gene.
No.
Okay.
Jean-Claude.
I'm horrible with names.
What planet do you live on? Jesus
Christ. It was Van Damme. Fuck his first name. He's down on his luck out in New Orleans, and then he started helping this girl try to find her father because he was a homeless vet down in New Orleans. And...
No, her father was a homeless vet.
Yeah.
No. He would have to be the vet.
No.
See, but that's the thing.
Oh, you mean for Avenging Force?
Yeah.
Well,
all the people that were hunted were veterans.
Yeah, but then Van Damme got mixed into it because they got pissed that he screwed up one of their hunts, so they just started hunting him.
Kevin's talking about Southern Comfort. I've heard of that movie. I've never watched it though. I think it's on Netflix, isn't it?
That
Southern
might
Comfort.
Be.
Keith Carradine and Powers Booth.
Is that another manhunt movie?
Yeah, Cajuns hunting National Guardsmen in the... What is it with the fucking bayou?
There's a lot of...
Jesus, down in Louisiana, they just love to hunt,
There's a lot of homeless people, and there's a lot of swamp areas.
What, a lot of vets?
I guess.
Let's hunt the veterans. Yep. Let's kill the veterans.
There must be a brochure. Down on your luck, go to New Orleans.
Get hunted by by the elite. See, but was it, in Hard Target, was it a group of elite, rich... Southern rich people.
They did pay to hunt, I think, but...
what am I asking? That's always the fucking plot.
Yeah, I mean, it had Lance Henriksen as the leader, and I think the other guys were paying to hunt. I'm not 100% on that, but I know in Surviving the Game they were paying to hunt.
But was there a group called the Pentangle?
Oh, well, hell no. Why in the fuck would you name your group that?
Because if you want to be cool, you got to be called the Pentangle. That's
the Pentangle.
Yes. That's a fucking kick-ass movie. Love that movie. I haven't seen it in 30 years, but goddamn it, I love
Avenging Force.
I've really got to fucking find that movie. I honestly, because I talk about it all the time, and I know it's got to really suck, and my memory of it's probably just like way better of than it actually is.
Just like I said with the Munchies, man. I thought the movie was great when I was a kid. Then I got back and watched it again. It was like little rubber puppets.
Well, it was like about like Critters.
Now Critters is better. I've watched them both in the last 6 months, and Critters is much better than the Munchies.
Let me tell you something about the Critters.
Oh boy, here we go.
Hold on, I gotta get up for a second. Jake's gonna entertain you with a song.
I am? No, I'm not. I am not entertaining anybody.
We'll promote something.
Promote something?
I don't know.
Man, don't leave me with the mic all by myself. All right, here we go. We're going to have to find something here. Oh, man. I can't believe that he left me here all by myself with nothing to talk about. Come on, hurry up, Plunkett. Sorry, I'm just not far enough into this podcast to be able to do this by myself. I am. I'm apologizing to the 3 people listening to this.
There's 3 people?
I don't know. I'm just making up a very small number.
Well, we know Kevin's watching. So.
Yeah, Kevin's watching. He probably was the only person on Justin TV watching.
He'll be able to tell you. Ask him.
How many people are watching, Kevin? Put it up there on Facebook. I'm waiting for the thing to pop up. Kevin is typing.
Let's party.
Okay, so. Oh, one.
One.
Our one listener.
Well, thank you, Kevin.
That's awesome.
Thank you for tuning into this. Jesus fucking Christ.
It's still new.
Well, like I always said, like Saturday is like the worst fucking day to do this on.
We could have done it on Sunday.
Well, we could have, yeah.
And more people might have been able to show up.
But for fucking Sean, that's a discussion that needs to be happen off.
Okay. All right. Obviously, there was an issue with Sunday.
Well, no, it was just we were going to do it on Sunday. That's what we agreed on. Then it shifted to Saturday. We did it last Saturday, like at 3:00 in the afternoon. And it's like, well,
I wonder where I was that Saturday.
I don't think Sean really cared.
Oh, I had fucking family dinner to go to Saturday.
But I'm always looking out for, well, are people going to be able to listen? And this all goes up on YouTube after the fact anyway.
Yeah, so if they don't catch the live show, they can always come back and listen to it later.
Right, but, well, which makes it wonder why even do the live show.
I wasn't expecting to do the live show. But I'm so glad we are, that way Kevin can be involved.
God forbid all your listeners hear the behind-the-scenes drama. Yeah, well.
Eventually we'll get the kinks worked out, and then we won't have to hear so much of the behind-the-scenes.
Trust me,
I'll tell you what, next time I'm bringing material myself. I'm going to do something. I don't know what. Watch a few movies.
Well,
I should have. That's what I should have done.
That's what I ask of everyone. Like, let's compile some material. I compiled material.
You didn't tell me to compile material.
Unfortunately, we blast through my material in no time flat.
You didn't tell me to compile anything.
I know I didn't, because I didn't. Well, I'm sorry, Jake. I didn't honestly know if you were going to show up or not. I have this bad habit of thinking that my friends are never going to show up to do this shit. I wonder why.
If I say I'm going to show up, I'll be here. I'll tell you if I'm not.
That's the same thing I hear from Sean all the time.
If I cancel, I'll cancel at least 3 days ahead of time. I know I got my shit planned out. I have to. I got kids.
Roundtable. Oh, what pissed us off this week? I did that earlier. No, my whole thing is just like, God, you know what? I was gonna do this whole like side thing about this. I'm not gonna bring it up, but it's just like
you can't tease Kevin like that.
No, it was just like, it was just odd for me because I used to do Drinking Beer Live, and I had a good time doing it. I just didn't like the format. I didn't like the fact that it was always about beer. I really wanted to branch out, but what the fuck can you do with the name Drinking Beer?
That's true, yeah. At least with the name JerkCast, we can go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. That's the question I always get. It's like, well, what's the format? What are you guys going to be talking about? It's like, anything! Anything! Like, I don't like it. It's too broad. Like, well, fuck off then. Jesus Christ. But the whole idea was like, I didn't bring this to... It's not like I'm the one who like said, hey, let's start doing a podcast or start doing a web show. Like Sean brought this to me.
Yeah, Sean.
Like,
Sean talked about this months ago.
Yeah, it's like I want to do a podcast. I'm like, oh really? It's like, all right, well, I'm up for that. I guess the whole reason why I didn't bring it up is just like because I was tired of doing a show by myself.
Right.
And I think it was clearly evident in the last couple of fucking drinking beers I did where I had guests on. I'm like, I don't want to do this shit by myself. I get tired of talking to myself and anonymous fuckheads on fucking chat and shit. Or having people call into the show who are basically just prank call. And that's the fucked up thing.
You got pranked on drinking beer?
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't just get pranked. I got prank called by prank call services.
What?
Yes.
I didn't know there was a prank call service.
Yeah, these people, it's like calls, like shock calls, like crazy shock calls that people, like whole organizations like do for like talk radio, like Howard Stern and shit like that. These are services that actually solicit themselves to these bigger shows to basically provide content to the show. And they were calling me, and I could always, but here's the thing, they got lazy with me. Because when they called my show, it was just a recording. So it was always like, hey, who's the scumbag on the mic?
And that's all.
Let me tell you something about you, buddy. I know exactly how you think. Yeah? And I would just sit there. I'd be like, oh, it's one of the prank callers. I would just sit there and be silent and let it run through its whole thing.
Oh, man.
And then it'd be like at the end, like, prank call city, blah, 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 you know, and it'd do its thing.
Please turn to side 2.
Yeah, but it would do. They do their little shock out, like blah blah blah, like you just been pranked by prank call city, blah blah blah. You know,
I did not realize that even existed.
I was like, they weren't even invested enough to actually do it live. They had to do a pre-recorded tape to promote their fucking prank call service on my show of no listeners. It's like, wow.
Thanks for that 5 minutes material.
But that's what you got doing live shows with calling. But there, the first couple of times, man, it was fucking, my phone would not stop ringing. I remember that distinctly, that fucking Friday. I had 86 fucking missed calls on my phone from people calling into the show. Prank callers, all.
Jesus.
I'm like, maybe this was a really shitty idea.
I never would have thought that people would call a radio show and prank them, but I guess it kind of makes sense.
You put a fucking phone number on your shit, they will
Everybody will
you.
call it. Well, I'm glad we don't do that here then.
Masturbation techniques. Oh, JerkCast. Okay.
Oh.
No, but I'll tell you what, there is a JerkCast on YouTube that's all about the jerkin, that fucking dance shit.
Really?
I'm like, well, why would they call it JerkCast? Why would they call it JerkinCast or Herkin Jerk? I don't know.
Where did you come up with the name?
Sean and I we're thinking of a name when we were creating a Ustream account.
Okay.
It's like, what are we going to call our show? Like, I don't know. I just blurted out JerkCast. But there was something, I can't remember what it was, but there was something I liked a lot more than JerkCast, but we just went with JerkCast.
I didn't know if there was like some big story behind it. Obviously not.
No, there's not. It was just basically a blurt. The funny thing is, like, I think I'm more of a jerk than anybody else involved. Like the last show, I was listening to it back when I was encoding it. It's like most of it's like me apologizing to Sean for being an asshole. It's like, Jesus, dude, grow a fucking thicker skin.
I'll have to go back and listen to that. I didn't realize you did it last weekend.
Well, it's hard to get through because it's like 40 fucking minutes of, all right, type this in. God damn it. Why won't this accept? I'm trying to get a password, and trying to set up Ustream and Facebook and integrate all that shit together, hook up different fucking stuff.
And it was just you and Sean last week?
Yeah. But that was the first fucking 40 minutes of it, and then it was like another 40 minutes of us actually doing stuff.
Damn.
And then Mediacom like just axed my fucking internet connection for the day.
Huh.
Yeah, I was like, which I'm actually shocked that we're still able to do it now, because Mediacom, it seems like every fucking Saturday axes my fucking internet connection. But I may have I've only got it like my streaming now is like minimal since it's just a fucking still picture.
Right.
If I tried to do video, it'd be fucking absolutely terrible. But, you know, it's different show, different kind of thing.
And nobody actually needs to see us sitting here.
Well, see, the whole idea behind, because I'm fully set up to do that. Jesus Christ, I got 2 fucking video cards in there. I could set up multiple cameras, do the whole thing. But, you know, Chad doesn't want to be on camera, so we can't do it on camera. Like, okay, I'm fine with that. No cameras then. That's fine. I mean, it's fine with me. It doesn't matter. It's basically just a bunch of conversations anyway. Do they really need to see you?
Yeah, we're not putting on a show here.
I mean, I watched most of my old drinking beer live stuff. It's just me looking at a computer monitor and fucking talking to it on mic. It was no more than that. So
it's like your face filled the whole
yeah,
frame.
Exactly. It was like I wasn't really looking too much at the camera. I was just looking at the screen. So it's like you don't need to see anything, but you know, that was the prerequisite to get Chad involved.
Oh, okay.
Apparently there's a hell of a lot more of a prerequisite to get him involved, but at this point it's just like I'm a man of very little patience, so either he wants to do it or he don't. So I would say, Chad, if you're listening, but I know he's not. Damn it. See, this is why I need to be Johnny on the spot with that.
I want to get online. I need a computer.
That's what he should be saying. No, I can't because that's a fucking... Well, actually, I don't know. I may be able to get Flash Player loaded on my phone.
Well, that'll be something you play with some other time.
Yeah, definitely.
We're not going to do that on air.
No, what we will be doing is...
Killing younglings.
Oh, shit.
I could just do this all day.
Yeah, we don't need nothing to talk about. We'll just say like half a sentence and then finish it with the sample.
That's true. It's like, you know, I'm kind of hungry myself.
Ma, the meatloaf! Fuck!
Nah, that was a bad segue.
Yeah,
I admit it. Yeah. I'm just trying to shoehorn in the fucking samples at this point. See, the difficulty with that is, like, I'd have to almost be, like, literally laptop in front of me waiting for shit to happen to trigger certain things. And the only way I'm going to be able to really do that is to get another laptop. How many more computers can I fucking put in this goddamn room?
No kidding. I'm going to have to get one just so I can come up with shit, too.
Well, that's kind of the idea.
I can't do shit with that your phone.
You can't?
I can. I got on IMDb earlier to figure out Mark Ruffalo's name, but it still was like a big pain in the ass because I don't know how to navigate through your phone.
Yeah, well.
And why do you have it plugged in?
So if you played something, it would play through the... Yeah.
Gotcha.
But for some reason, the audio jacks on this fucking thing are just kind of terrible. They don't really want to work that well.
He's got space dementia.
I mean, that worked, but the first sample I played, it was only out of one headphone. Reliability out of a fucking...
Well, this is all equipment that you've had for a pretty long time. It's not like you just went out and bought all this shit new.
Well, that's true. That's true. I'm just trying to make what I've got work.
Right.
We are totally out of topics.
Yes, we are. How long have we been on?
We have been on for 1 hour and 55 minutes. So we can actually wrap this up.
Yes, we could.
So, Kevin, I hope you enjoyed the show.
And anyone else who happens to pick this up on YouTube later.
Exactly. Because I guess I can't really count them out.
There may be a couple. We'll have to look next week to see how many views we got.
That's true. Actually, the last episode I posted got about 40 views in 2 days. Kevin did enjoy it. Thank you.
Sweet.
I got to turn off these notification sounds because it's kind of hard to do other things like this.
You like Huey Lewis on the news?
And be able to do that without having other notifications come up. So, yes, to everyone out there in internet land, I would like to segue out, but goddamn, I am horribly shitty. Horribly shitty. Yeah, so, well, good segue. I don't even know what I'm fucking doing. Like I said, 2 computers.
We're going to end the show just the way we started it, with computer troubles.
Complete confusion.
Oh, there we go. Is this our...
There we go.
All right, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the show. And should tune in next week, and we'll try to do this all again. Hopefully with less technical talk.
Yes, definitely. So, on behalf of JerkCast, this is John.
And this is Jake.
Signing off.
Later.